Hello everybody, in this video I wanna draw a new building in isometric view. As you know, every time when it comes to architectural design, one of the most essential skills is the ability to communicate your ideas effectively. And the isometric view is the good way for ideation and design. For this design, first I draw a rectangle. As you see, this shape is drawn in isometric view, so the lines along the y and x axis are make the 30-degree angle with the horizontal line. And then I should draw all of the other lines according to them. Firstly, I divide the length of the rectangular to 4 equal parts, and then I try to convert each part to a cube. In isometric drawing, each line should be drawn accurately because all of the lines along the y-axis are parallel to each other and all of the lines along the x-axis are parallel too. In addition to these lines, all of the lines along the z-axis are show the height of the building and all of them is parallel to each other. As you see, I drew the first cube and after that I drew the second cube that is higher than the first one, and now I wanna draw the third cube that is higher than the second one. I try to draw all sides of the cubes because it helps you concentrate better and draw easier. I keep on drawing, the last cube is the highest, and after drawing the cubes, I start to cut the cubes. If you like this video, please subscribe our channel and stay with us. Every week I publish new videos about architectural drawing and rendering lessons. Okay, it's time to cutting the cubes and I cut them diagonally. The cutting lines in the second cube are opposite of the first and third one. I draw a rectangle here, and as you see, I draw some rectangular surfaces by cutting the cubes. Here I draw an extruded cube and I want to expand the front side of the first and third cube. So when you draw three-dimensional shapes in isometric view, you can draw some setbacks, you can extrude some shapes, or you can expand your drawing step by step. Here I draw these lines again to make them more visible and bold, and after that this is the third cube and its front side expansion that I draw it easily. In isometric drawing only you should do that according to the 30-degree angle that lines along the y and x axis make with a horizontal line, and the lines along the z axis are drawn vertically. As you see, I bold these lines because I am sure about them. Here I add the thickness of these extruded cubes, then I draw the setback and depth of these spaces. And here I draw some vertical and horizontal lines to look more real. This setback can be a window, and I draw these lines as windows frame. I hatched these parts to separate the extruded cube from the other side of the three-dimensional shape. I draw some other parallel lines with different sides of the cube, and I draw some vertical and horizontal lines. I divide this side of the cube because I want to draw some columns and bracings. Now you'll be able to see the structure of the building, and step by step I add lines and more details. In other words, when you draw in isometric view or in every kind of perspective, you can convert the simple cubes or other three-dimensional shapes to architecture building by adding architecture items, lines, hatches, adding materials and other details. On the roof of this part, I draw a rectangle and I extrude it. The height of extrusion is along the z-axis. Then I draw a setback that it can be a window or entrance for upper floors, or even a little balcony. Isometric drawing plays a vital role in bringing your architectural concept to life that will help you to showcase your vision in a realistic way. So don't worry if you are new to isometric drawing. It's a skill that can be mastered with a little practice and some helpful tips that I am saying in this video. After drawing the details, it's time to draw a platform of building and stairs to access and connection between two surfaces. Because in this example, our building is higher than the ground. Some trees and some natural details are not bad around the building. And after that, I try to draw some topographic lines. Also, I add this wobble and wiggles as I go, and I like drawing them. Okay, I think it's enough. Now I start rendering. I want to color the building by black pencil. I think it'll be beautiful. I hatch the right side of the cubes and I do that so carefully because the roofs should be white. I fade the color by fader. You can do that by tissue or cotton or even by your hand, and it's a simple way for rendering. And after the fading, I apply the color again to make a contrast on surface and show the shadows better. The process of fading starts here from darker surfaces to lighter ones. As I said before, I apply the black pencil again and I draw some shade and shadows. In the next step, I wanna use the marker. I choose a black one and the setback entrance get less light, so it's darker. It can be black or dark gray because of its depth. Actually, the opposite part of the sun will be in shadow and should be darker. Now it's time to color this columns and bracings shadow and this setback too. I add some other contrast by gray brush marker to shade parts. My marker is WG2, the code is WG2. The parts that they get less light will be gray. I add the shades and shadows to the extrusions and setbacks. Then the form is shown in a better way. Setback windows will be in shade 2, so I color them by gray marker. The next step of rendering. Here I draw some other shadows on the ground because the extruded shapes make a shades and shadow, and some shadows on the stairs. I think it would be a good idea. Here I colored the surface that it's under the stairs because it's in the opposite side of the sunlight and it's getting less light of sun. And finally I add windows frame shadow by gray marker. Another tool that I want to use is colored pencil. As you see, I sharpen it and then color the drawing by hand. Actually, I fade the color pencil by hand. As I said before, you can use cotton, tissue or another things for fade the colored pencil. In addition to this sharp colored pencil and fade it, you can use it directly and color some parts of your drawing. Also, you can use different colors and mix them. For instance, in this drawing, I mixed light brown and dark brown. Finally, I add some color to trees. I drop multiple points by marker as leaves. And I use dark and light orange, also you can use pink. And after that, I want to add some bushes and draw some topographic lines. It can make your drawing look more real. The brand of this orange marker that I'm using is Q Color and its code is 404. Actually, I use different brands of markers and you can use another brands. For example, Ohuhu markers that they are so popular. If you cross the lines and borders of platform and building, you can erase them by eraser and finally you'll have a tidy and beautiful coloring. In addition to drawing topographic lines by marker, I wanna add some other topographic lines by my pen near the trees. It'll show the ground clearly. As you see, I draw some wobble and wiggles horizontally, and after that I draw some curved lines vertically between them. Thanks for watching this video. Come back later for more drawing lessons and enjoy drawing with me.